sky, haven't you? Of course you have. That distant stirring of thunder, the raucous din, deafening and echoing across the storm-ridden sky. You were told it's the thunder, of course, but it's not. For that distant rumble is not the clouds, but more a club, a war mace, a drum, beating a throbbing rhythm against the very sky itself, trying to get in. For years the earth has been protected, defended by those that knew the truth, but not anymore. The clouds sing with a warlike chaos, and the banging, clanging, and the rumbling of the gloom resounds across the air. For they know what I know, that the sky is going to fall. Hi. If you like that, that's the beginning of Owen and the Sky Giants, which is my upcoming book. My name's Chris Guest, or CG Guest, if you look at the bottom here, yep. And my debut book is Owen and the Sky Giants. Owen is just like any other boy when we meet him. Growing up as a teenager, lost, confused, not really knowing where he fits in life. The only person that he's got in his life is his granddad. And now that person lies 6 feet below. And when we meet Owen, it's the day of the funeral. And Owen, for all the best will in the world, really does have no one. That is until he meets someone at that funeral who will change his life forever. He meets a man that tells him that his granddad did not die in any normal circumstances, but more, he was murdered. Murdered by the gloom. An evil, omnipresent force that sours everything and pours its evil into every element of life. And worse still, that this gloom has now found a way into earth. And that the only person that is able to stop this is Owen himself. For a kid who's grown up in a very normal household, this comes as quite a shock. Like I said, Owen has no one. His dad left when he was young, and his mum has mysteriously vanished. The only thing that he can latch onto is the fact that Riley, the character he meets at the graveyard, can possibly help him. But as he is about to ask for that help, he too vanishes. It is only when he meets one of these creatures on his way to school that he knows everything is not what it seems. For him and the rest of the world, life as they know it could change forever. That's only a little bit of the adventure. And soon Owen will meet new creatures like the Broddles, the Belchers, Nefarious Gloom and Grimwig. Some of the worst creatures you could possibly want to meet on this earth. And even though he finds himself very much alone, he will have to place his trust in some as he ventures through the world of Alta Giga, the world of the Sky Giants. I'm hoping that you'll visit www.cgguest.com and see all there is to offer about Owen and the Sky Giants and the tale so far. I'm hoping you'll enjoy the trailer that can also be seen on YouTube, but above all else, I hope that you'll enjoy the adventure to come. I'm going to finish by reading just a little snippet from the book, and I hope you like it. It's one of my favourite parts. It comes late in chapter 3. This is the point when Owen first meets a creature as he's walking to school that day. Like a lot of children, he doesn't like school. He doesn't really fit in that school environment, and so he's taking himself on a detour to get to school through the farmer's fields. And there he can be alone with his thoughts, or at least he thinks he can. And then this happens.
Murderer! Quick, hide, he's coming!
The remaining seed shouted. The flower rapidly closed up, the fluffy white turning to a dull, indiscreet brown. Owen was shocked, almost dumbstruck. What had he seen? It was an assault on logic itself. Could it possibly be true? He walked on. The earth shuddered with a bass-line of horror. Terrified, Owen looked around for the cause. The ground shook again, splintering the trees and shaking the birds, causing Owen to stumble. There in the distance, a shadow shook the earth, consuming the fields in the darkness as it advanced. Almost at once, the ground turned into a sickening black, changing the mud-baked path into a horrific bleakness. Owen lifted his foot. The floor had changed to a trapping tar. The shadow boomed again, sending a ripple through the fields. Whatever it was coming straight towards Owen. The clump of dandelions that had rapidly closed arched towards Owen, beckoning Owen to listen.
"Hi, Guardian,"
shouted the plant-like creature to Owen. Guardian? Did he mean Owen? Either way, Owen had no time to ponder. The only element of the landscape that remained its natural colour was the irrigation ditch that ran adjacent to the farmer's field. Owen had no choice and plunged himself into the stagnant pool. Owen looked above the watery film that filtered his gaze. The very clouds were turning an ink-like black as the creature approached, closer and closer. Owen pressed hard against the bank, hoping to remain hidden in the undergrowth. The ground boomed with each thunderous footstep that the creature took. It was getting closer. The trees withered like flowers in the heat, letting out splintered cries like innocent children crying. The whimper was nulled by the creature's advance. The beast was overhead. It towered above Owen. Owen looked up at the creature as it sniffed the sky. Plumes of noxious stench emanated from the creature's nostrils. The creature's head chaotically twisted, scanning the area, then right back again. It was searching for something, someone. I'm going to leave it there for today. That creature that you meet there is the first sighting Owen has had of a befouler. And more details can be found about that creature on my website. I hope you've enjoyed this first video. It certainly has been quite a new thing for me to release a video about my work. Of course, all the illustrations that you've seen in this video and the ones in the background are done by myself. And I hope you like those too, because they very much help me bring the characters to life. Thanks very much, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.